Hi everyone, for this video we're going to look at how to graph a line using the intercept method. So we're given this function here. This is your equation of a line, and notice it's not written in a nice way, so it's not like y equals something and we can't just use slope and a point or slope and intercept to graph it. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the two intercepts. So remember, there is the x-intercept and there is the y-intercept. So let's look for the x-intercept first. So let's try for that one first. And basically what it really means is if you're looking for the x-intercept, you're going to set 0 in place of y. So in this equation here, negative 9x plus 6y equals 27. I'm going to keep the x there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 0 in for y. Now, why do we do that? Because if we think about it, if we graph any points on the x-axis, so say I have this point right here, if I were to label that point would be 4, 0. If I picked this point over here, if I were to label that point would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 8, 0. So notice any point that's on the x-axis has a y value that's 0. So that's why we can plug in 0. So if we do that, notice that cancels, so I get negative 9x is equal to 27, and if I divide by negative 9, I get x equals negative 3. So now I know that the x-intercept is negative 3, so that means on the x-axis, I'm going to plot negative 3. So it's right there. Okay? So now we're going to do the same thing to find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, instead of plugging in 0 for y, we're going to plug in 0 for x. So in the same way here, we're going to put a 0 in for x. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve for y. So notice that cancels. So I get 6y is equal to 27. And if I divide by 6, I get a decimal 4.5. But that's okay. So what we know is the y-intercept is 4.5. So if I were to graph this on the coordinate plane, I'm going to, on the y-axis, go up 4.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5 is right there, if I can graph it correctly. And just like before, we have 2 points. We connect those 2 points. And there is the equation, or there is our line.